Texas. They say everything's bigger here, and they're right. We've got big cars, big hearts, and a big sky. This is big sky country. Yeah, we know that's what Montana calls itself, big sky country. We'd just like to point out that Montana is 147,000 odd miles big. Texas, well, we're 268,500 miles huge. Who's got the bigger sky now, Montana? Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast. Yeehaw.
Hey, did you know today is National Women's Day?
I did.
Wait,
After you, because you told me. Just now.
hold up. What day is it?
National Women's Day.
But what date is that?
Oh,
March 11th.
no.
No.
Because the show
March
drops.
8th.
The show drops March 11th.
Yeah. That's
Celebrating
I got confused.
since 1911.
110 years.
Okay, everybody, we taped this on March 8th. All right,
But we're
continue.
still celebrating.
Yes, we are.
3 days
Another
later,
week.
you're still celebrating?
Yes.
It's a whole entire week. We'll just make it the whole entire week.
Oh, it's week.
Mm-hmm.
International what day? What?
Women's Day.
Yes.
As well it should be. A whole week, a whole month, a whole year. Shout out to my mom and Betty White.
Yes.
Okay. And?
And we're celebrating.
and.
One
No,
more.
and then.
You guys
One
said you
more
hadn't seen each
installment.
other in like
Oh my
forever.
goodness.
we
Yes. So we were supposed to get our nails done, right?
Yes.
But that never happened because
My
I
bad.
haven't seen her
I
in
know.
like almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gone.
When's the last time you had your nails done?
I put clear coat on them this morning.
Okay.
Well, we're going to go the next,
And
either
you?
tomorrow. I have not done my nails yet since the changes.
She's kind of hiding them. Did you notice that?
Oh, well, I feel bad that I haven't done them yet.
Kelvin, how about you? Clear coat?
I mean, my friend told me my cubicles are off. I don't know what that
Your
means.
cuticles.
I don't know.
Not cubicles.
Tomato,
but
cubicles.
Cubicle is where we work in the other office. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at my workspace. What do you mean, my cubicle? Cuticles. I don't know.
You should come with us.
Sure. Sounds,
Have you ever gotten a manicure? It feels so good.
no, but I used to carry a nail file.
You're missing out on a great part of the human experience.
As long as they massage my hands.
I think a
I love
pedicure would be
that.
better, man. Who doesn't
Pedicure
like a
is
good
good
foot
too.
massage, right?
Feet are gross.
Well,
Yeah,
I love it when my husband
They're
massages
doing
my
it.
feet.
Oh,
They're doing it to you. That's what it's great.
Oh, feet.
You should put your feet in the water with the little fishies.
Yes.
The-
Oh, have you ever done that? Put your feet where they eat the dead skin.
No,
It is so
nope,
ticklish.
nope.
I love it.
I can't hear you.
Oh, it's great.
His reaction is
horrified
the
of
same
feet.
You don't
reaction.
like feet?
No.
Oh my goodness. Why not?
Nope.
Feet are great.
Okay.
Not even mine.
You don't like feet, Dave?
Not even mine.
I don't think about them one way or the other.
Oh,
You ever-
so many places.
I wouldn't want to do anything to my kids' feet. They smell like adult feet.
Yeah, they do smell pretty bad. But without your feet, you couldn't go anywhere. They're great.
I just snorted.
That's
I mean,
my
they're
thing.
good in shoes, yeah, boots, but
Oh, you gotta celebrate.
Is there
Gotta
anything that
celebrate.
makes you that squirmy? That's the same reaction I have when my kids play with their wiggly teeth.
this is gonna ruin my whole day.
Ooh. Yeah,
You got a
that's pretty
queasy
nasty.
stomach? Like if I said toe jam, you would start to
Ew.
gag.
Ew.
Grody.
That's not too bad. I do get squeamish, but not about feet.
I only get squeamish about wiggly teeth.
How did we get off on
This was your fault, Dave.
pedicures?
Yeah.
I did
Well-
take it that way, didn't I?
We were talking
We
about getting our hands done.
The new changes. I see you're wearing earrings today.
Yes.
Melissa.
Yes. I started wearing them, I think maybe
I don't
the
see
day
them.
after.
Mate. We'll take
Well,
that.
the
She
headphones
has
are
the
on.
headset on
Headphones
now,
on.
but yes, they're very sparkly. Bling bling.
Yes.
Love
Blingy.
They're
it.
very like
Tiny.
little, teeny tiny.
Yeah, the
there's
max can be 1/4 of an inch, which is about 6 millimeters. So,
Okay.
so anything in between that size.
It's about like quarter inch. Is that like size of a dime?
No,
no,
that's
that's too
huge.
big. That's way big.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
We'll break out the measuring tape.
I don't have any piercings either, so
You don't?
I do not.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Oh,
Interesting.
Wow, that's like very unmilitary of you.
Yeah, I
Very
definitely
old
paid you
school.
for a tattoo, like an eagle flying with the American flag. America.
I mean, tattoos have always been a military thing.
Dad had
Wow.
one. My dad was World War II, baby boomer. He served at the tail end. He was in the Navy in World War II. Then he got out and did the Army gig. But, he had
An anchor?
Anchor.
I knew it. I knew it.
And a heart behind that with my mom's
I was
name
about to
in
say
it.
it was his mom. I actually watched a documentary about military tattoos, and
Really?
that was like number one and number two
Yeah.
that they got. There's like a trend because they're like the military follows trends like anybody else. But
What
for
was the
tattoos-
number one? Was it the Marine
anchor.
Corps one?
No, it was the anchor.
Number
Like all
one.
the sailors,
Oh, okay.
the Navy.
Yeah. Because it was a Navy thing anyway,
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Tattoos have always been a Navy thing.
My dad has the globe in the Marine Corps thing.
Yeah.
Did he like the Navy or the Army better?
Oh, the Army.
Oh,
I like the Navy better.
He joined the Navy when he was 17.
so
Yeah.
young. Aw.
Grandma
Good for
signs the
him.
form and says you can go.
I'm surprised you don't
Nice.
have any tattoos. Do you have any tattoos?
I do not.
What?
Wow.
I mean, I
Neither
like
do
tattoos,
I.
but
I have a crap ton.
Wow, you're the only one in here with tattoos. That's hilarious.
Yes.
I've just never known what I wanted.
Yeah, I feel like I'm too fickle to pick. Like I feel like I change so much, like my mind and what I like. I just don't want to like be married to one idea.
No, I mean it. All right, I'm almost 60. My age.
I'm
if
half
you-
your age.
Yeah, exactly. If you were in the Navy, of course, you probably got a tattoo. If you were into bikers or whatever, a lot of tattoos.
Biking.
Depending on your cultural but it wasn't widespread like people that are now in their 30s and 40s. It got real widespread 20 years ago where everybody was getting them
Yes.
everywhere,
Yep.
all over the place.
Yep.
And it became very common.
I'm afraid to go to a random tattoo parlor now.
And
Very
smart.
picky.
when it became real common with everybody else, I'm like, yeah, well, why do I need one? Everybody else get one, so go ahead.
I think it was at the time of
What?
expression. You need a way to express yourself, and tattoos are a way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
They're very nice, the creativity.
when I was doing the AFN gig in Germany, I went to a tattoo and piercing convention in Frankfurt. Oh my God. Number one, 80% of the video footage that I shot could not be shown on television.
Oh, no.
Right? The catwalk and all that, right? Because half the models were nude.
Oh.
The second thing was there were people totally to the extreme.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there was this dude, he was a piercing guy, right? And he was doing other people and all that, but he had no eyebrows. He had piercings,
Ew.
like little tiny piercings. So that was his eyebrows were metal.
Yikes.
I've seen
And he
that online.
had this where it,
A hook.
chain
Yeah.
hooked through his cheek with a chain to it.
I've seen that.
That is
He
too
had
much.
huge thing through his nose, and he had,
Oh, yeah.
this
them.
was way before they started to extend the ears.
The gauges.
Yeah, and his were metal.
He was ahead of the time.
He was just totally, yeah, and then bald, and then tattooed everything else.
Oh, I'm sure.
His entire head was tattooed.
Kudos
as well.
to the him for being able to pull
And
that off.
That's
The guy was
committed.
scary. I
Yeah.
mean, he was scary looking. From he, like, is that really a person?
I
Yeah.
couldn't do that. No, thank
Yeah.
you.
That's very
I have a limit.
Yeah.
And that's expression.
I do
It's
like it. I like when people
yeah.
express themselves.
Right.
Even if it's scary or I don't understand it.
Boo.
But I mean, the guy I served with in Bosnia, right? He again, I'm working in Frankfurt, and a little place nearby is called Wiesbaden, and they have an air base there, right? But Wiesbaden is actually the German word for hot springs, right? They have
I didn't know
casinos
that.
there. It's a real expensive place to live, blah, 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 blah. Well, anyway, this guy, there was a tattoo artist there who was like famous in all these magazines and stuff. And the guy specialized in doing cats. By cats, I don't mean little meow meow. I mean panthers, tigers, lions, right? And my guy I deployed with to Bosnia, who was my NCOIC, I was the station manager, right? He was a bodybuilder, right? And knew this artist, and this guy put big cats all over, and he got them for free because he was the model in all of these magazines. His tattoos.
Just like
nice.
You're talking about back then, this was like the early 90s, and they were charging for this guy's work about $5,000 to $10,000.
so like cats, like like a cat on the shoulder, or like a huge cat like taking up one whole entire body part.
His entire back was one
cat.
tattoo.
Wow.
And then he had paw and something else, and yeah, it was awesome.
Interesting.
Just awesome.
I'm too scared.
But it was
to get
done
any more tattoos.
but I mean it was done by a world-renowned artist.
Right.
That's cool.
The thing that always why not get one? What happens when your body shape changes? Either you shrink or you expand. What does that do to your tattoo?
I don't really know because I've had relatively the same body shape for the last 20 years.
Well, yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
And I don't have tattoos in areas that stretch.
Yeah, that's what I would want to do. Put it in a
You
place
don't
where-
have any though.
Yeah, but if I were to get one,
Huh?
I have all my tattoos on my back and one on my leg.
Yeah.
And those areas have
The leg's
never
pretty.
gotten big.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to put them on my stomach or my thighs. No, thank you.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's where I gain weight first.
So now we've gone from International Women's Day to
Tattoos.
foot massages to tattoos. And let's see. Next week is what? Next week.
St. Patrick's
Anybody?
Day? No.
Anybody?
St.
Yeah,
Patrick's.
St. Patrick's Day.
Spring break.
Spring break.
Oh,
I don't even.
Oh no.
You look scared.
Yeah.
Are
So
you?
if you got
Texas.
kids,
Did you forget your kids were going to be staying home?
Here we go.
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking about how Texas is so relaxed and then spring break.
I
is
heard
coming.
that spring break was canceled for freaking college students. It was in the news yesterday.
really?
Florida
Texas?
canceled spring break.
I mean, we're still in a pandemic.
I mean,
Yeah.
if Florida cancels something, whew,
Yeah.
major. But didn't they do that last year too? And kids were just, "You not canceled my spring break? I do what I
Yeah.
want."
Well, that was before people knew how serious it was, I think. No one was really taking it seriously at this point last year. Or was this the week that everything shut down last year?
I'm pretty sure this is the week that
It
everything
was?
shut down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, I didn't know. I was in Germany, so.
I was in Poland.
That was a year ago.
Oh.
That was a year
Yep.
ago. Yeah.
Wow.
I was on maternity leave.
It was March 12th. It was actually a year ago.
Mm.
Almost to the day.
Wow. Who would
So,
have thought?
Yeah.
Break.
Since it was a year ago.
Spring break that never
Anniversary?
ended.
What's the biggest takeaway of your year in a pandemic?
Oh my goodness. I got to spend so much time with Logan through the maternity leave, the quarantines, having to work from home,
Aw, that's
and all that.
wonderful.
And he
stuff.
was born a month before
Yeah, he was born a month
everything
prior.
kicked in.
Yes. So I got to spend so much time with him that our connection is super tight.
I love
Nice.
I love our connection.
Nice.
that.
I wish I
Aw.
had that with my other two kids.
So there's a blessing.
Yes.
How about you, Brianna?
Oh, it was just really hard. I don't want it to happen again. Living through historical events is no fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have some positives, but overall, no, I don't. I didn't. And I don't like it.
Yeah, we could do without.
Yeah,
Kelvin?
I could do without.
Well, the people are trash. We've seen the absolute worst in people, but
Yeah.
they may be trash, but they're also, like gems. Not everybody's trash, but I mean, just adversity and things like this just really show you that sometimes people are just trash.
Yeah, but occasionally, like, the worst brings out the best. Like,
That
you
is
think
true.
about, the whole winter storm thing, and you had neighbors helping neighbors and bringing food or water.
Right.
You know,
I did. enjoy
that's
that.
when you find out
And not everybody's
who your
trash.
friend? Not everybody. Not everybody's trash.
There are
some
good
trash out there. Don't get me wrong, but that's when you find out that there are good people still out there.
That is true.
And think about the fire in Killeen, and you had all these people,
Yep.
going out to raise, get stuff for the families and take care of other people. Whenever there's that, but the pandemic has lasted forever.
I'm pretty much over it.
And I think,
Yeah.
exactly. I was
Yeah.
over it 6 months in. And it was like, when is this going to end? And we just don't know, do we?
It just won't stop. Just stop already.
So 2021, what kills me is this is COVID-19.
And we're in 2021.
And we're in 2021.
Wow.
People, let's get over this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometime soon, let it be
Please.
gone.
Sing a song. Let it be.
I'm begging, please, please.
He doesn't know
let
any
it
Beatles
end.
tunes.
Oh, wait. We all live in a yellow submarine. Is that it? Did I
That's a
make
Beatles
that
That's a
up?
tune,
Beatles
yeah.
song. That's a Beatles song.
That's a
Yeah.
Beatles tune.
Let it be.
Let it be. Let it be.
I'm just taking a guess.
Let it be.
Does that sound Beatle-ish?
I
Yeah.
don't
No?
know. I don't know. I haven't heard I need to re-listen to it.
It's
But
Beatles.
the Yellow Submarine song I've definitely heard before.
Yeah,
Whisper
Can't Buy Me Love. Is
words
that
of
Beatles?
wisdom.
it is.
Yes, I love that movie.
There's only one of them was still alive, right? No, two. I'm
There's
sorry.
two.
Ringo's
There's
still
two.
McCartney
alive.
and
Yeah.
wait, George. Did I make that name up? George.
George is gone.
Yeah,
George Harrison.
He passed away.
I mean, who's the other one?
George Harrison,
Oh,
lead
Yoko
guitarist.
is alive.
She's not
Well,
really a
she's
Beatle.
not a Beatle though.
Paul McCartney and
John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr,
Ringo Starr is the one
George
that's alive.
Harrison.
It's Ringo Starr, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's still alive.
Yep.
Jackpot.
And Sir Paul McCartney.
And I'm still counting Yoko because everybody says, isn't she like an honorary Beatle? No?
No.
No.
People complain that she's the one that
You know who
Broke
they
up.
call the fifth Beatle?
Who?
it was.
Billy Preston.
Yes, I did know that.
I don't know who that is.
He
But I'm
was-
going to Google it after
Keyboard.
this.
He was the original, right?
No.
No.
Billy Preston, African American, played keyboard, but he played with him so often on the road, they call him the fifth Beatle.
I'll look into that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to play that Let It Be song so that next week
Good one.
maybe I can sing it.
All I
Yeah,
can
please
imagine are
don't.
little Beatles crawling
Please
across
don't.
the floor.
We can. All right. Hey, we do have a really cool interview. We're going to be talking about
The law.
not going to jail.
Law and Order.
Law and Order, yeah. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
And we have a lawyer coming from the Federal Magistrate Court right here on Fort Hood.
Ooh.
Going to talk all about lots
Warrants.
of warrants.
Yeah, you definitely want to tune in
Yeah.
to this one.
Pay attention.
All you people out there not following the rules.
And we'll be back with all that right after this.
Yeah, we will.
Let your voice be heard at BOSS.
What's BOSS?
BOSS stands for Better Opportunities for Single Soldiers and serves the single service member community, active, guard, and reserve, as well as single parents, geographical bachelors, all U.S. military service branches, and foreign service members assigned to the installation. The BOSS program is based on quality of life, community service, and recreation and leisure. As a member of BOSS, have a voice in how you live, how you spend your leisure time, and how you support the community around you. BOSS membership and the program's available leadership and project management roles also will enhance your promotion package. For more information about how you can become a BOSS member, visit our website at hood.armymwr.com.
Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast. Now available at those fancy schmancy streaming sites.
back, and we are joined by Captain Olivia Hagler, and she is a Special Assistant United States Attorney.
I am.
Ooh,
Wow.
fancy.
That's like all the lawyer shows on TV.
No, we're way much better than that.
That's- okay, but you work here on Fort Hood.
I do. I
All
do.
right.
I work right in the Magistrate's Court, going towards ACP2, so that eastbound.
You mean
exit.
the Mayborn Gate?
Yes.
Yeah, the one by Club Hood.
By Club Hood, right behind Club
Yeah.
Hood.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's the whole Army thing, ACP2.
I
You know?
I
don't
didn't
know
remember
what
the
that
name of the
is.
gate. I'm
I
so
read
bad at
Access
it.
control
way
point,
too many.
for those of you
Exactly.
that don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Gate codes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know, all right. You are here for a very particular reason.
I am.
Tell me.
So, the Magistrate's Court, in conjunction with DES, we are going to be hosting a warrant amnesty period
Mm-hmm.
from the 22nd of March through the 1st of April.
Okay.
Is this
Warrant amnesty period.
Yeah.
an
Okay.
April Fool's joke?
Now, these are all warrants that are coming out of the Magistrate Court?
So, this is about 1,500 outstanding warrants that we have on
Wow.
Fort Hood.
15?
1,500. Most of them are traffic violations, so about 1,300 of them are traffic
Now,
violations.
these are not all people that live on Fort Hood.
No, some people have probably PCS'd since. So this could be soldiers, this could be officers, this could be civilians, this could be family members.
Okay, this
So the entire Fort
runs the
Hood
gamut.
community. Yes,
So it
absolutely.
means
Wow.
that it said most of them are traffic warrants.
Yes.
So it means you were cited on post.
Yes, for some sort of moving or parking violation. You ran a stop sign. You had a rolling stop at a stop sign.
California stop.
stop.
I have done
right.
that
You
several
were
times.
parked in a handicap slot with no placard, things like that.
And in order to get the warrant, that means that they gave you an appearance
A court date.
and you didn't appear.
And you didn't show up.
Oh,
Okay.
tisk tisk.
Okay. And that sounds like it's pretty common, huh?
It is, and so what we want to do as a community is, give this 2-week grace period to address this issue, right? Because it's embarrassing to have a warrant out for your arrest for something as simple as,
Yeah,
a traffic ticket, right? So,
Right. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't know that there was amnesty periods.
Is this the first time, or is this
So
something
I
that's
believe the
happened?
last time we did something like this was about 8 to 9 years ago. So it's been
Oh
a while.
my goodness!
gosh.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So this is really
Now,
special.
1,500. These warrants go back how far?
Quite a while. These warrants have been outstanding for a while.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And I'm just kind of curious. Why now? If it's been 8 years, come on.
Why now? Why not now? So
You
know,
guys need some money?
Well, no.
There's fines
so it has
involved,
nothing
right?
to do with money. I
Okay.
get paid the same regardless if the warrants are executed or not. So,
Right.
No, we definitely want to. There's a backlog, right? And we want to get rid of the backlog in conjunction with our magistrate judge and DES. We want to make sure Fort Hood is a safe place and continues to be a safe place. And so it's important for people who have outstanding legal issues to come get them addressed because it affects readiness, it affects good order and discipline, right? Soldiers who are flagged can't deploy, and we
Right.
want to be able to address those things. So.
You get flagged when you have a warrant.
Not necessarily flagged, but if you have an open civil investigation, you could be flagged for that.
I didn't know that. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Right.
I'm thinking that would be a problem with the clearance too, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure.
Could be potentially.
If
Yeah.
you have a
Depending on the
clearance,
type
I
of
hope you
offense,
let
yeah.
somebody know that you got pulled over.
Big time.
Yeah.
Now, is there okay, they're not sure if their name's on the list or was that a warning or was that okay. What is there a number folks can call or where can they go?
Absolutely. So we have a phone number that we want folks to call if they think they may have an outstanding warrant or a pending matter with the magistrate's court.
Right.
And that's going to be 254-669-6182. I'll repeat that, 254-669-6182.
6182. So 669-6182. Think they might be looking for you? You'll want to call and find out if your name's on the list, right?
Exactly. We're also going to publish a list online here shortly as well.
Okay.
So
Oh, is that like names?
it'll be name and offense.
Oh, so it's like the
Ooh.
blotter
Yep.
that comes out.
And that's not staying up there forever, right?
No, that's just during the amnesty period, so folks have a source where they can go and figure out whether or not they're one of those special 1,500.
What's
Ooh.
that website so people can look?
It's super long, so I'm not going to say it here, but we're going to get access to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Can I
We'll
Google it and
include
be
it.
like the magistrate office on
we'll
Fort Hood?
throw a link
We
in
could
there.
include it
Okay.
on the post.
Yeah, we'll throw a link up there when we promote this appearance.
Yes.
All right. For those that have no clue, right? Tell us what the magistrate court does besides, come and get you. And
Yeah, so we're a part of the Office of the Staff Judge Advocate. We are a branch of that division. And so what we do is, as opposed to typical UCMJ military law, we enforce traffic violations and civilians who commit crimes on Fort Hood.
okay.
So we are a branch of the federal prosecution that's hosted in Waco, Texas. So any type of traffic violations, DWIs, or any kind of crimes that are committed by civilians on this federal installation, we're in charge of prosecuting.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
It's kind of scary because if you do something wrong on Fort Hood, right? Forget the UCMJ.
Yeah.
We're talking about it's a federal prosecution.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
So it's a federal
military.
offense.
It is a federal offense.
It's on a government.
You're
Oh my
having
goodness.
you are
violation.
it's a federal offense.
It's
That's
a federal
scary.
offense. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
So
even really
a
know what
simple
that-
traffic stop can land you in federal prison.
Oh.
No, absolutely not. Right? A traffic ticket is not going to land you in federal prison.
That's a bit much.
At most, you'll pay a $150 fine, right? But
Oh.
obviously, if you don't pay that $150 fine or you don't show up to pay it, then a warrant gets issued for your arrest. And that it is a federal warrant at that point, even for something as simple as
Wow.
a traffic violation.
So when you're driving out in town and you get pulled over by a normal cop and they type in your name or something, they can see that you have a federal warrant.
It depends on the type of warrant.
Oh.
So, but if you're coming into post,
Yeah, we got to go
that's the
there.
game.
Oh,
we got to
the-
go there. Now the amnesty period starts March 22nd.
yes, Monday.
It's a Monday. Okay. Do these warrants hit the gate on the same day, or how's that going to work? Because when you trying to get on post, right,
Yes, it's already a pain
And-
in the butt right now.
and you're
yeah.
scanning your ID card, part of that scan or that check is checking you for warrants.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought they were just checking to see if like you were in the system. It's like
No.
working. Oh my gosh.
Explain that.
So yeah, absolutely. So DES has a function where the magistrate's court, we report all of our pending warrants to DES. So they upload them in their system. And so when you come through the gate, not only are they making sure your credentials are valid, but they want to make sure you have no outstanding warrants that need to be addressed on post as well. So
You don't remember that when they instituted the new system. You both were here when they put in the new stuff.
I didn't get training
Yeah,
on
I
it.
didn't get any information on
That
it.
is part of it.
Oh.
It not only, checks your little barcode on the back of your thing and your magnetic strip,
Yeah.
but they also have access to all of that law enforcement information,
Nice.
which goes just like that. Now, if you have an outstanding warrant and you just swiped your card and they go, what happens?
So it depends on the type of warrant, right? But sometimes you'll be detained, right? Depending on the nature of the warrant. Or a lot of times if it's like a bar to post type thing. So anytime you're barred from post, you get a letter from basically the garrison commander saying, hey, you're only allowed on post for, some sort of extreme medical emergency, or if you have a pending matter with the magistrate's court.
Right.
Right. So if it's, hey, I'm going to address my matter with the magistrate's court, then you're fine, right? Because that's one of the limited opportunities in which you can come back on post if there's a bar.
Sure.
Also during this amnesty period, all the gates are going to be tracking that, hey, there's probably going to be a lot of folks coming on post to address and get, try to, capitalize on this amnesty period.
Right.
So they're going to be aware and tracking those situations as well.
Okay. But the potential exists for a slowdown
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
at the gates.
Right
The
after,
gates are
right?
already slow.
Or during.
During, right?
Why?
Yeah, starting the
Oh.
22nd.
Why for the amnesty period?
Because the warrants are active at that point, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the warrants are
Oh.
active. You can come in and fix it,
Yeah.
but the warrant
But
is
the warrants
still
are
going to
still
be
active.
The warrant is active.
Oh.
And so the great
I
thing
get
about
it.
the amnesty period is, right, it's an opportunity for you to get that warrant removed from your record, at least temporarily.
Right.
Right. So you get to come in, you say, hey, I know this warrant's outstanding for my California stop, right? You have an opportunity to pay the ticket there and not only get the warrant removed, but address the ticket. Or if you're like, hey, I don't think I did a rolling stop, right? I want to go to trial, that warrant is still removed and we'll set the case for trial, right? So either way, it's a win-win
Right.
for the recipient, whether you address it now or the warrant gets removed entirely and it's redocketed for a further date.
Oh.
Sounds interesting.
When a warrant is issued, is that, let's say it is for the California stop, right? And you know you did it, and they cited you, and you just forgot to show up. When the warrant is cited during this period, isn't there an additional fee or fine
So
if there's a warrant?
So regardless of the time frame, anytime you fail to appear for essentially what is called a traffic ticket,
Right.
And you fail to appear at your court date to address it, then a warrant is issued for arrest, and whatever the fine that was originally given, there's an additional $100 added to that as a warrant fee.
Okay.
So let's say it was a $150 speeding ticket. Because you failed to show up at your hearing,
It's
a warrant's
$250.
been issued for your arrest, and now it's $250.
So the amnesty period, you're not saving yourself an extra $100.
You could.
Really?
You could
So
if-
you're not going to charge these folks if they show up during the amnesty
If
period.
they show up during the amnesty period and we remove the warrant, I'll take off the $100 fee.
Well,
as
there you go.
Oh.
Nice.
Do you want to save yourself $100, people?
Exactly.
I-
Financially beneficial. It's a
Yeah.
win-win.
Yeah.
Want to save yourself money? Just follow the law.
Well,
Melissa telling us the very
don't
obvious.
do the crime at the time, right?
Or pay the money.
All right. So, any parting thoughts?
This is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
It's very embarrassing to have warrants, issued for your arrest. What you don't want is to, let these, 10 days go by, not capitalize on this opportunity to get your warrant removed. And then, come April, you get picked up at the gate for a warrant,
Yeah.
right? And for something as simple as a speeding ticket, right? That's embarrassing. Now you got to call first sergeant, let them know you're late for PT. Why? Because you got caught up at the gate because, even though you're meant to, get that taken care of, you haven't. Right. Financially, again, that's an extra $100 now that you're going to have to, potentially pay for, because, again, just an easy opportunity missed out. And in the most egregious circumstances, if you don't capitalize on this opportunity and you get picked up coming through the gate, you can be detained, right? You
Right.
can be detained, and this is not a Bell County detention. This is, a federal, institution up in Waco because these are federal offenses, right? So,
Oh my goodness.
and again, I've had horror stories of, I can go on for a couple minutes about some of the horror stories we've had about traffic tickets that resulted in up to 12 days in confinement just because they went in the wrong time, right?
I
They
wanna
got
hear
caught
about
right
this.
before Snowmageddon.
no.
Traffic citation. So I'll take a couple minutes. But we had a case. The guy was cited for reckless driving, which is essentially a $200 traffic ticket, right?
Right.
Glorified, speeding ticket.
Yeah.
He failed to show up for his appointed court date, and so a warrant was issued for his arrest. And so the Thursday before Snowmageddon hit,
Right.
he decides to come through the gate, and he is picked up for that reckless driving. And he is transported to Jack Harrell, which is a federal institution for confinement institution up in Waco. And just because of the terrible timing, right, all the courts shut down.
Oh my
Transportation
God.
was non-effective, right?
Right.
And so all of our court dates and cases literally got pushed back almost 12 to 13 days.
Oh my God.
And so by the time he was able to come forth
Appear.
and address it, he had been in jail for almost 14 days.
Ouch.
Oh my
And so,
God.
and again, what essentially was a simple traffic ticket,
Wow.
right? And so obviously he was released, we gave him time served because, I think 14 days in jail is, more than enough.
Yeah.
But again, that's one of those crazy situations where this could have easily been addressed had you just paid the traffic ticket, right? Or addressed
Yeah.
or showed up in court and did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So again, the amnesty period is Monday, March 22nd until Thursday, April 1st. And that number for folks to call, because it's the easiest thing we can put out audio-wise is 254
669-6182.
254-669-6182. Captain Hagler, it has been fun. It won't be fun for some folks, but hey, forewarned is forearmed, right?
Absolutely.
And please don't have them pull you over at the gate and make me be late for work or any of that stuff. So
Don't
Hey,
get
it might be
arrested
it might
at
be
the
let's
gate.
entertaining,
do
though.
this right,
Right?
people.
Absolutely.
You know, so the rest of us can get on with our lives and
Yeah.
not watch you get hauled off.
I'd
Pay
like,
your
I'd like to add
fines.
one thing too. When you use that number to call, make sure it's the defendant who's calling, right? Not your
Oh,
mom,
okay.
not your girlfriend,
Okay.
not baby mama, right? Like
Right.
make sure it's the person whose name is on the information, whose name the warrant has been issued, and is the one who actually calling.
Yeah.
Because we
Okay.
can't speak to third parties on behalf of a pending matter with
Right.
a particular individual.
Yep.
No, that makes
So,
absolute
yeah.
sense. That makes
So will that
absolute
happen
sense.
at every gate or just the Fort Hood gate? I know some people have probably PCS'd.
Right.
Will it affect them if they're still active duty?
I don't know. It depends. Not all installations talk to each other. Theoretically,
okay.
they should, but it just depends. Yeah. So if you were a soldier here, you had a speeding ticket here, and you've since PCS to Hawaii, obviously no one's expecting you to fly back here for the amnesty period, but it could still affect you in Hawaii.
Well, you should call that number then.
Call that number though.
Hey, it's federal, and that means everywhere, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. And even if you are in Hawaii, there's no reason why you couldn't call and still try to make a payment and get that speeding ticket addressed. So
Oh, they're coming for you.
Do you guys take debit, credit?
all forms of payment, Amex,
Any
Discover,
kind.
Visa, MasterCard,
PayPal.
no
Cash
personal
out.
checks, though. No personal checks.
No personal checks, man.
Oh.
In God we trust, all others must pay cash. Right? Oh, well, ma'am, thank you very much for coming by.
Thank
has
you for
been
having
a
me. It's
pleasure.
been amazing.
Yes. Thank you for
And-
keeping Fort Hood safe.
I'm glad I'm not that guy that got stuck in jail for 14 days on a traffic ticket. And we will be back with closing thoughts after this.
What is life? What's an honorable discharge? Sounds disgusting. Where'd my file? Which end of the horse do I stick the carrot in?
Sporky asks a question.
I don't know. Hey, everybody. Sporky here, and I've got a big question. What is OPSEC?
Fork utensil. How is it that you don't know about operational security?
Annie Pumpkin. No need to be so formal. You can call me Sporky. All my friends do. And I know all about poo-poo-poo. But what is OPSEC?
Operational security's OPSEC, fork utensil.
Ooh, maybe it's OPSEC. That's spicy. Where do babies come from?
Fork utensil.
It must have something to do with the military and things. I know. I'll take pictures of stuff all over post and put them on the internet and ask, is this OPSEC? Is this OPSEC?
Fork utensil, you
it
better
smells
not.
like OPSEC.
Look, there are 5 steps to OPSEC.
Oh.
Identifying critical information, identifying the threat,
Yeah.
assessing vulnerabilities,
Oh, yeah.
analyzing the risk,
Okay.
and developing and applying countermeasures.
What?
The
No.
OPSEC is pretty common sense, like not talking about troop movements or other sensitive things.
You mean it's a process by which organizations assess and protect information about things that could, if properly analyzed and grouped with other data by a clever adversary, reveal a bigger picture that ought to stay hidden.
That's exactly right, fork thingy.
Forky.
And like they used to say, loose lips sink ships.
Ooh, I love a good submarine joke, but seriously, where do babies come from?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Practicing good OPSEC is everybody's job. Protect your fellow service members. Don't be a sporky.
Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast. Your tax dollars at work.
And we are back.
Yes. I had no idea that there were amnesty periods. Like, that's really considerate.
Well, the last one was 8 years ago, actually.
Oh. That's a decade.
I wonder if they do that like out in the civilian world.
I don't know. I didn't even know they did it here. So, learn something new every day.
Well, you know, I think if you're a federal court, you know, people don't want to have a federal warrant hanging over their heads forever, right?
I wouldn't want to have any warrants hanging over my
I
head.
don't want any warrant ever, please.
I've only been pulled over twice by the police.
Ooh, what'd you do?
Did you talk your way out of it?
So the first time was I pulled over to the wrong side of the road. I was on leave from Japan.
Same.
And I pulled over to the wrong side of the road, tried to let the police pass.
Right.
And he didn't pass. He was like, pull over. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on leave. And then I was driving my dad's car. I couldn't find his registration.
Oh, no.
I'm like digging through all the cubbies, like trying to call him on my phone.
Oh, so stressful.
And then the second time I really was speeding, I was trying to pass somebody. And the state popo pulled me over. They're like, why do you have a car registered in Virginia? Your driver's license says California and you're in Maine. I'm like, because I just got out of the Navy.
That happens when you're military.
Yep.
You get all the crazy.
My big war story was picking up my car in Charleston, South Carolina. I was, of course, being stationed at Fort Bragg. So take a Greyhound bus, which takes forever, by the way, to get from Fayetteville, North Carolina to Charleston, South Carolina. It stops like every 15 minutes
Oh, my goodness.
Nope.
at these little podunk towns on the way down. But get there, pick it up, and then, of course, you can make it from Charleston to Bragg in, I don't know, under 3 hours if you're flying. And, I had just come over from Germany, and this car was used to the Autobahn.
Oh, wow.
And by the time I got on I-95 going north, it was about 11 o'clock at night on a Thursday night or something. It was a weeknight. There was almost nobody on the road. And I'm just pretty much all by myself until I was joined by a state trooper.
Oh, no.
Because I was going
How
over
fast?
100 miles.
Oh, my goodness.
105, 106 in a 75.
Scary.
And the car, right, still had the U.S. Forces, Germany plates on.
Right.
I had an out-of-state thing, there's my Wisconsin license, blah, blah, blah. The orders are in the car because I just picked it up. And going 30 miles over the limit, and he let me off with a warning.
Wow.
Oh, you're so lucky.
You are lucky.
Yeah.
Because that's like what a reckless.
Yeah.
I think if you're over a certain amount, it's
jail time.
it's a little bit more than
Yeah,
just
no,
like
he-
10
that-
or
well,
something.
Driving to endanger.
There was like nobody on the road when it happened.
Driving to endanger
I'm sure
nobody.
if I was going in and out of traffic,
endanger yourself.
yeah, he'd have just taken my license right then and there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Do you do the thing where you give him your cat card?
Oh, here. Oh,
Come on now.
I've actually done that because I did not want to get a
yeah.
ticket.
I was thinking I hadn't been pulled over, but I got pulled over
Ever?
driving to Austin. Well, recently, before last January, before I went to Poland, I forgot all about
Does
it.
your first sergeant know?
Well, I got a warning. It was
Oh.
I don't even know how I got a warning. I think I was going because that one stress is like what is it, 70, 75?
Uh-huh.
I think he said he clocked me going 85, 87, something like that. He's like, why are you going so fast? I was like, how fast was I going? He told me. I was like, man, I don't know. But there was a guy that was taking up both lanes for some reason. I just remember speeding, past that guy
Right.
just to get away from him. But I mean, I guess I didn't slow that down. But I was like, officer, well, here's my cat card real quick. Oh, my driver's license, here's that too. I was like, look, I'm about to go to Poland, and I was trying to get by this aggressive driver. If you notice, I did slow down once I got past him. I don't even know if that was true or not, but
Right.
he just came back. Guess I didn't have any warrants or anything like that. He was like, just slow down. And I was like, roger that, sir.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Every time the cops go by, like I have like a little mini heart attack.
Yeah.
I don't like
My
I don't
heart-
like driving when police have their lights on because I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
I'm a scaredy cat.
My wife says I have a
Same.
lead foot, and I think in the 20 years we've been married, I've talked myself out of 4 tickets.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Just be polite.
So, back when I worked for the
And,
state.
flash your military ID.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I
they
do.
take pity on you.
I think
Yeah.
being polite goes a long way.
It does.
Just so you know, when you get pulled
Yes,
over
sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
or you get tickets, there's points off your driver's license.
Yeah.
The driver's license has a point system.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
I know.
I do know. I don't know the exact number.
The KPD did give me one for a rolling stop. Right?
That's what I've gotten pulled over for.
Hood Street, the traffic lights when you're getting off the freeway.
Yeah.
Or you're yeah.
I didn't know
Going
about
to
the point
lunch.
system until a little more than 8 years ago. I didn't know about the point system.
Right.
Surprised. Pretty sure they mention it like when you're getting your license.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
California stop
remember
is
either,
worth
actually.
2 points.
The rolling.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's 2 points.
Ugh. That's when I've gotten pulled over twice for that.
Yeah.
Because it took me a while to realize, because when I think the car stops, it doesn't actually stop. Because you anticipate when you're driving, you slow up and speed down, so you don't feel it.
Yeah, when they're looking, you got to go 1,001.
Yeah, that's
1,000
what I
feet,
have to do now.
gas.
That's what I do now. Because I realize that I think the car stops even though I'm stopped, and it's not.
Right.
So,
No.
yeah. It took me a couple of years to figure that out.
Well, let's face it, a bunch of desperados in this room, huh?
We live life on the edge, y'all.
Yeah, we do. So, talking about living life on the edge. Next week, we do have a special show. It's actually a show we taped a long time ago, but it's finally kind of come around because the season is getting here.
Yep.
And we're going to be talking about flash floods.
Oh.
Water.
April,
Don't live on the edge and go through the water.
April, do not live on the edge when it comes to
H2O.
that. Turn around, don't drown, all that. But we're going to get into all of that because the flash flood season here in Texas is April to September.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking about the snowpocalypse and sorry.
Snowbike.
And what is that forecast for hurricane season, which is also, coming
Yeah.
up too. Anyway, just a random thought.
So,
Sorry.
and by the way, this podcast drops on the 11th. And what happens on Saturday night going into Sunday?
Hold on.
Besides
Daylight savings time.
spring
It
forward.
goes back
Oh,
to
really?
normal.
Who's most
I
likely
forgot.
to be late for work on Monday
Not I.
out of this crew?
Nope.
Me.
Everybody's pointing at you.
No,
I feel
I
like
have
I'll be
never.
late.
I have only been late once in my career.
Ooh.
She meant that too.
Yeah.
And it was really late, and I got a stern talking to. Holy my goodness, I will never be late ever again. Holy crap. I thought I was going to lose my rank. I thought I was going to lose my life.
Wow, just for
I will never be
one
late
time?
ever again. Just for one time. Oh my
What?
goodness, you don't believe the measures they went through, because I used to be that one person that showed up to work an hour early. And then all of a sudden, I wasn't there, and they couldn't find me.
Oh.
Yep.
I feel like they can't take your
No,
rank
I
just
will
from
not be
one
late
time.
because of daylight savings time.
I need to know, did they find you?
No.
Wait a minute. Does I lose an hour?
So
of
you're
sleep?
still missing?
No. No, they didn't find me. I ended up showing up to work.
Oh, okay.
But I was not where I was
So
supposed to
it's
be.
spring forward.
They searched the hospital.
Yeah.
They called the
Oh.
POPO.
Spring forward, fall back.
Yeah.
Okay.
be tired forever.
So
So you lose an hour of sleep
no.
on
Yes.
Saturday night.
Because even if I didn't set my alarm, Logan will wake up on time every time.
Well, yeah.
Never fails.
Animals too.
Yep. My
They
cat
don't-
will
they don't
freaking
care.
meow at my door. And if I don't close my door, he'll come wake me up with his claws.
Wake up. Wake up. Time to eat.
I need food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna die. I need water.
Exactly.
Yeah, my cat does that too.
Yep.
Well, so that's the best day to have staff duty.
That is.
Oh, I know, right? You get an hour less.
23
Ah.
hours.
23 hours.
Ayy.
Yeah, but the worst then would be in the
Yes,
fall.
it is the worst. I've had CQ on that day, and
Here,
let me
have
tell
an
you,
extra hour.
It's infuriating.
Welcome.
Infuriating when you have to minus another hour. Ugh, it's the worst.
All right. You've been to and fro Japan. Your
Mm-hmm.
fiance just got. Explain to me the Dateline thing. When you fly here, do you lose a day?
Yes.
Or when you fly there, do you lose a day?
When you go there, you don't lose any time.
You get there on the same day that you left here.
Yeah, it's
Even
like
though you've been in the air forever.
for like 14 hours or 12 hours. You only, well, they're 14 hours ahead, so they're in the future.
But you lose a day coming this way. You'll leave there like on, today's the 11th. You leave there on the 11th, you'll get here on the 13th. Ouch.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to get like acclimated? When you get there or get here? What's easier?
So I read online that said for every 2-hour time difference, it takes your body a day to adjust.
Wow.
14 hours is a week.
A week, which I found to be
It's about
accurate. It's about right. Because the jet lag is really bad for like 3 or 4 days. But if you skip a meal, for me, if I skip a meal, it kind of resets me and I can adjust a little easier. It's still not great. I still feel groggy and it's tough to make it through the day.
Right.
Everyone has different like tips and tricks to get over that.
Coming from Europe, and I did that a lot, I would just force myself to stay up.
I don't remember what it was like.
Because you get there and it's just a super long day. But if you take a nap, your clock's shot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
Clock
is.
shot.
It does.
I made the trip several times and I don't remember.
Wow.
Really?
I remember being on the airplane and that's about it.
Wow.
Wow. You're
Well-
really good at adjusting then.
And the culture shock, but that's it.
It's either that or she sleeps really well on airplanes.
Yeah.
No, I sleep really well in general, not on airplanes.
Oh, anywhere.
Oh.
Okay.
So you'll be on time, ready to go.
And she will not be late on Monday.
No.
And
Never again.
And Kelvin, final thoughts? You've been pretty quiet over there, dude.
Just thinking about how I'm about to lose an hour of sleep. I can't.
Yeah.
Does this happen every year? No, I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
Yeah.
This is why I'm always so tired. I'm so behind on sleep, and then you got your spring forward. Oh God,
Spring
You gotta
break.
move. You don't
Spring
want to
break?
do. You don't want to do daylight savings time or spring forward, fall back. You got to live in Arizona.
yeah, exactly. I remember that
Or
in
Japan.
Arizona. Those
Japan, yes.
And I think
That was a
parts
beautiful
of
time.
Indiana.
Huh.
Yeah. Parts
There's
of
there's like a list of states that don't.
Yeah,
do it.
there's parts
That's
of Indiana
interesting.
that don't.
Wait, did Hawaii do it? Am I thinking?
I don't think
I
I
think
don't
was somewhere
think
else.
they do
I
it.
think Hawaii was the other place.
don't
They're
think
on their
they do
own
it.
time all the time
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway.
Hawaii
Aloha
time is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, drives me nuts.
Sucker, bro.
You know the kind.
Yeah,
I miss Hawaii.
me too.
You were just there.
Yeah,
You don't count.
I miss it still.
All right. So next week we will be talking some flash floods, talking safety, talking
H2O.
do what you gotta do. Arrive alive. And with all that said, thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Take us out, Melissa.
Have a wicked good day. We will talk to you next week.
Hey.
Driving down the road again. Guitar starts